We all know that Egypt was one of the greatest civilizations in history. This history was strong only because of its kings. Egypt was ruled by the best and the greatest kings and queens, and we will talk about some of them. Queen Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, Queen Hatshepsut, one of the kings of the New Kingdom, was one of the greatest women of her time, and powerful and intelligent women who trusted in her position and ability, and married her half-brother Thutmose II, was therefore the great royal wife reign of Thutmose III, and at the end of the second year of her reign, she changed her statue from reign to reign of a parentership with Thutmose III, but she was the actual ruler for the country. She was one of the most important queens of Egypt, and remarked her time with peace and prosperity, as diplomatic and commercial ties with Egypt's neighbor, sending expedition to Magara Valley in Sina, opening up the Pharaoh's mines, and sending two military expeditions to Nubia. Hatshepsut also contributed to the Karnak buildings, the construction of the 18th edifice, as well as the establishment of the cabin for the holy Zarok of Amun-Ra, and she has many monuments in Qom Ambu, Qom and Hamra. Queen Hatshepsut is burned in her tomb. Thutmose III, or Menkheb-Ra, sometimes called Thutmose the Elder, the king considered one of the pharaohs of ancient Egypt, as he was the son of Thutmose III, the sixth king of the 18th dynasty, and ruled Egypt for about 54 years. But during the first 22 years of his reign, Hatshepsut, his stepmother and aunt, shared the throne with him. Thutmose had many of the most important achievements in rise of Egypt. His most important achievement includes the establishment of a regular army and a naval field, the construction of a castle and large forest castle to protect the borders of Egypt, and his 16 expedition to Asia, like Syria and Palestine, to prove his influence there, the most important of which was the Battle of Macedonia to protect the borders of ancient Egypt. He increased Egypt's borders area and gained the love of the sons of the rulers of the ancient province of Thebes by teaching them the ancient Egyptian culture. His pharaonic races include the construction of the Monetary Temple in Thebes, the ceremonial hall at the Karnak Temple in Luxor, and the completion of Habu Temple of Hatshepsut, the purification of the canal at the first Jadal, the construction of a temple of Amun at the Karnak, and the construction of a temple of Ptah in the north. At his death, he received the largest funeral in ancient history and was buried in the Valley of the Kings, one of the first kings to build their own tombs in the Valley of the Kings. It can be said that they were from the important rulers of historical figures of the Egyptian civilization. Thutmose III, he was famous for his region's many achievements in field, such as art, architecture, trade, and politicals. Well, Hatshepsut was one of the first women in the history of Egypt. He ruled and achieved great achievement in the architecture and politicals. And now, thank you for listening and paying attention to this project.